Do you have a winner's mindset or a loser's mindset? Don't answer that. I'm going to tell you exactly what it means in the land of cryptocurrency when it comes to a winner and a loser mindset. If you're a loser, shut up and sit down. Where's your wife? Bet you can't tell me. She's not next door. She hasn't come home in 3 months. Loser's mindset. I've lost. It's over. AKA, the price quote of my bags are down. I've lost. I can't win. That's the loser mindset. Oh, I can't find somebody else to love me. I can't find a way to win. That is loser mindset. People are not going to make it. They use the L word. I've lost. I've lost. I've lost. They keep saying that. Oh, I've lost. This person called me a loser and I'm losing. Okay? People who think like that, not going to make it. Ever. What's a winner's mindset? I'm doon, but I'm still going to finish a winner. I'm doon. Not up. I'm doon. Okay? When you're up, you don't even think about anything. You're winning anyway. Who cares? You get it? Look at this cute Pikachu wearing Ash's hat. You see? You never give up. You deserve some Pumper G music. It's a believer cycle. It's a mogger cycle. So, price quotes, friends in markets, it's esoteric friendship, and it can be your worst enemy as well. Because we always think about how we would feel if we just got everything out right now. That's actually the psychological wealth effect. You know who else knows this? The US Fed, every central bank in the world. It's called the psychological wealth effect. So when they want to stimulate, a very family-friendly way, stimulations of retailers, the average mum and dad, the fireman, your local squirrel, the librarian, right? Mia Khalifa. When they want to stimulate them, they make house prices go up. Houses are the economy. It's a common saying. So everybody's still living in their home. They're not going to sell, but the fact that the house prices are going up, it makes them feel like their portfolio is winning. And it gives them more confidence to go out and spend in the economy. This same phenomena happens in the land of cryptocurrency. It happens everywhere. Even though you're not actually going to click sell, your emotions are a direct reflection of you thinking, well, I could click sell right now and leave, right? And also on the way down, right? If you're not going to click sell, theoretically, you shouldn't feel bad, but we all know what happens when you get the big price quote down. You know, loser's mindset saying they've lost. Also, the winner's mindset saying, hey, I'm doomed, right? We don't feel good, okay? We never really feel good because you're just seeing this price quote down. You go, oh, man, if I really want to get out, it's actually sucky, okay? But we still have to traverse beyond that. That's the only way to make it. Anyway, and I want you to, friends, have a look at this. I show you this, man. You don't ever forget this, dude. Look at Shiba Inu, friends. You want to talk about, friends, remember Shiba Inu did the God pump in 2021 crypto bull market. Literally did a 1 million X. 1,000,000x. 1 million X return. Yes. It did a 1,000 squared price growth because its user base went up 1,000x. Remember from Metcalfe's law, if you want to find out the rough approximation of value, you get how many people joined and then you square it. So Shiba Inu went from about, I think 1,000 holders, it went to about 1 million. So it did 1,000x of it. So if you do 1,000 times 1,000, you get 1 million. It did a 1 million X. Okay. So look what it did though. It launched, it dropped 99%. Then it went up 700x. And then it dropped 96%. And then it went up 3,150x. My gosh, man, I can't believe that. Now, if you try to replicate this, you're probably going to round trip thousands of times and you'll be on the CoinFresh and tricked. The problem, though, is which one is going to be the one to hold? No one knows. Okay, very interesting when you think about Shiba Inu, friends. Because funny, we've like transcended memes a bit. Like, oh, believe in something. I remember told you the mantra. Yeah, but back in 2021, you want to see how dumb it was? Elon Musk just chose Doge. So the people who won in SHIB, what do they believe in? They literally just believed that dog was man's best friend. That was it. And we're on Ethereum. Yeah, that was literally it. Let's play some angel music. We're smoothing it over. Yeah, that was it. You're thinking, hey man, why do you get a 1 million X return when all you did was believe in literally the dumbest mantra ever? Well, friends, it's not actually about what you believe in. It's the fact that one, you believed early enough, and two, that you never gave up. That's literally it. Yeah. That's all it comes down to. You just believed early enough before a group of people. That's why actually what you find is the more, this is why it's tough. If you're like right in the middle IQ and you don't have any experience, it's unlucky you're going to be like early to a lot of stuff. It happens, but it's very unlucky because you're usually with the crowd. So you want to follow everybody else. That's why it's a bit of a tragedy of the commons. However, there's also a good chance you will buy the unicorn. It's just you won't get in the earliest. Whereas everybody else is like overthinking it because everybody's trapped in the mid-curve area. Everybody's overthinking it, trying to be a bit higher than like mid-IQ. Chances are you're going to like sell too early, or you're just not going to understand what these people are doing. Because maybe you're trying to think of what the higher IQ people, what they want. But that is not the way to riches. The way to riches is to think about the masses amount of people thinking about. Remember, friends, you got the bell curve out here. You know, the famous mid-curve meme frames. Like, I know we tend to lose sight of this, but baseline's 100. So like 50% of people, they're below 100 IQ. Yeah, and they probably don't think too much before they spend money. But a lot of people, what they try to do is they mid-curve it. So they keep trying to think about how do you exploit this like higher IQ thing. Total waste of time. Total waste of time. They think too much with their money. They think way, way, way too much. It's not what you want. You want to target this part. That's a very, very tough part. That's why when you're like thinking like a peanut brain, if you can really tap down into what people are seeing. I mean, like, look, friends, XRP, I mean, look, just perfect example. They're like, oh, the banks are going to use it. Oh, they're not using it. Oh, it's going to $10,000. No, it's not. And they go, oh, but Bitcoin hit $100,000. Why can't we hit $1,000 for XRP? Yeah. Who are you to tell them to stop dreaming? You see? The only way to have made it for Shiba Inu, for example, was to believe in your bags. There's no way. If you have any fundamental valuation, like, why didn't you get out on a 700x? How greedy are you, by the way? That's the wrong move to do. It went up another 3000x. Oh, man. There's a lot of chaos and randomness to this, okay? There really is. We're seeing all these moves and everything come out. This is the XRP chart. I just want to show you as it popped up. See, friends, everyone was laughing and then they weren't. Okay, so XRP doing nothing for a long time. Pop! Just showing you that first glimpse. I want you to just be remembered of that because it literally just happened so fast, right? XRP has over 4 million holders, and then they popped up 600% in the past year, 7x. And it's amazing and it's great, man. Every single one of them get rewarded for believing in something. 7x, that's wonderful, right? But for some reason, funny part is, crypto KOLs, they're just trying to psyops you and me. They keep saying, oh, keep clicking. Oh, keep clicking. The next influencer's foot is going to land in your mouth and you're going to make a 400x. Total psyops, man. But it's not just psyops. It's projection from themselves because, yeah, they think, oh, I'm just one grift away from retiring. Right? So it's all in that same junk. And they pretty much are telling you to stay in the homoerotic Soilana trenches. Not a girl in sight, right? Hoping to catch the next JPEG poop coin run. But, you know, that's what you get, man. It's kind of funny. So when they see other stuff moving, you can tell they hate it, man. They hate it. The hatred and the disbelief is going to fuel itself higher in the bull. It's going to fuel itself because they knew the answer and it was so simple. Buy in, DCA, use your job money to keep funding it in, stop trading. Stop trading, start believing in something. They knew it was that simple. We told them. I made the memes. I made the videos. 5,500 videos plus. We even had more ad coming out telling everybody stop trading and start believing in the memes and stuff. We all kept saying it. Are they all going to listen? Absolutely not. This is how every boom and bust cycle happens. What actually happens, okay, as people are trying to trade, they think they're beating you, but then you start teleporting at some point. Now, you don't know when, right? If everyone knew when you'd start teleporting, no one would trade, right? They'd pretty much jump in right before, but they don't. But when you start teleporting, the gap between people holding and the non-believers, it starts widening, yeah? And then that's what builds up the FOMO. And then people watching on the sidelines are like, I got to get in. That's when they actually start trying to pile on and do leverage. And they're leaving all the other suckers behind, right? But that's what is going to be the ignition. The first round, the people who jump in early, get aggressive, and then their thing keeps running, and they go and they start telling their friends, they go, you know what, man, I traded all this time. I tried so hard. There was a lot of things. I was trying to go back and forth, swippy and swappy, but actually I just went in, I just left, I just kept working, and then eventually all those suckers who are trading and sucking on each other's feet, they stop trading, they start buying stuff. The problem is, it's a phenomena. They all do it at the same time, and they got a bit of leverage, a bit of too much leverage, and starts working because it's momentum, then it stops. That's what we call like the final flush of euphoria, when the crowd gets in on the media hype. It is very fascinating how it all works out. And they all have this fascination with it as well, because they go, oh, finally, it's all working. And, the funny part is, okay, no one wants to admit it's time to stop, because you finally got them. See, in their mind, they're like, oh, this crowd of believers finally got me to stop trading. Now I've bought in. They're telling me it's over already. This thing's barely moved. It's only up 40% from where I got in, That's why it's a vicious cycle. It's why it's vicious is, doesn't matter how smart you are, how much money you have. The emotional buttons keep getting pushed. Okay, that's what it comes down to. And as I've mentioned to you many times, the smarter you are, the more dangerous it is, because you can go and seek more complicated forms of leverage, financial alchemy, which lands into hot water in the bear. I want to show you this picture as well. What are you? We're a cult. What kind of cult? We're a friendship cult. This is me and my friend Binance CZ. So these words and these framings, it's a lot of people, when prices are cheap of this stuff, they always think it's psyops. They always say, oh no, but that person is actually dumping their bags in the background. You know which cuck said that? My favorite uncle, Peter Schiff. He's been saying since literally the day I got into crypto, he said all these guys don't believe, since 2018. He's been saying all of these big players don't believe. They are dumping their Bitcoin on you while telling you to hodl. He goes, oh, they're telling you to hodl, but they're actually dumping on you. It's the oldest trick in the book. He started saying that when Bitcoin was $6,000, went down to 3,150. I was selling the low on futures trading on BitMEX, pops up above 100K. You know what I mean? So, turned out pretty good for believers, didn't it? Don't forget, at least we have our friendship. At least we have our friendship. You got to think about it, friends. XRP Army, Bitcoin, Doge, all these other king hitter of coins. Telling you, man, not everyone knows, man, but look, they're going to keep trading. You have these new generation G of Zoomers. It's not a question of the character makeup of the people or the technology. It's literally mathematics. When there are too many short-term paper hand, brain rot, TikTok generation, femboy, fingernail painting, hunched back, noodle arm, soy boy, scum, jeets, when there's too many of them, short-termers, right? You literally can't retire. It's impossible. The only way for you to win in your asset is one way. Somebody with a long-term vision, long-term, comes in, buys supply, chews away at the supply. They grab the supply with their hands. He's a big lollipop. And they put it in their back pocket and they go, I'm walking away for 5 years. Goodbye. I don't need to sell in 5 years. I'm a long-term believer. See us. That's how everybody wins. The person who grabs that supply, okay, now it's obviously figuratively, it's not just one person. Those long-term people who grab the supply for a long-term mindset, they fundamentally drive up the valuation higher. And all those people who are holding, maybe from 5 months or 5 years ago, they get to sell into him. You get it? But then that person's like, you know what? We'll see in another 5 years. I believe in this thing. It's going to keep growing. That's how Bitcoin's gone up, friends. That's how every asset goes up, right? When you're in the short-term homoerotic Soilana trench mindset, there's no long-term anything. Their long-term is 30 minutes. Right? And literally, statistically, their long term is like 24 to 48 hours. They call it a cooker if it's like it lasts a day. Okay, so there's no escaping that. Everybody's stuck in this jail, and it's one of those. Like I said, man, like everybody's got each other's feet in their mouths. You've got the LA Vape Cabal dumping on you and telling you keep clicking. You're literally not going to make it. You literally can't make it. And the one kid who makes it, Okay, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They come and make these interviews. Oh, just make the right decisions. Oh, just be fast. Oh, you just got to do the thing that works and stop doing the thing that doesn't lose money. God bless their hearts, man. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. A lot of people, friends, they've got no idea, okay? But you know what? It's good. Like I said, they believe in nothing. They're going to be the ones who end up buying the top of something that you and I own, right? So ultimately, you see how the game works. The only way we all win is long-term people come in, okay? People who say, and there are a lot of people that have very myopic black pill approach of this. They go, oh, it's all scamming. It's all bad. It's all PvP. Yeah, because they don't know how the hell it works. Because you're a scammer and you're a grifter and you've never held anything and you don't understand volatility of crypto. You don't understand the whole cycle. You don't understand the global liquidity cycle. You don't understand the business cycle. You literally understand nothing. You're just here to pump and dump grift and move on to the next coin in 48 hours. That's literally... Yes, most people, and I get it, but they're going to be circling the drain out here, and here comes XRP out of nowhere. Just example A, and hopefully many more examples to come of all these basically coins that have come out and just show you when a community sticks together, they chew up that supply, and it's got to reprice higher. It starts blowing your mind, and it makes you realize why you stopped believing in the first place. But you and I never did. I knew this from day dot, right? Ultimately, friends, you've seen how the game works now. Just that no one believes it, you know, and good. I don't want people to believe it. Because if everybody believed it, okay, we'd be like Johnson & Johnson baby bump powder, moving 2% up every year and everybody calling that victory when it's not, okay? I love seeing the fact that these people don't understand. You know, I'm doing myself a disservice by teaching these cucks how it works. But I'll automatically know they've got big heads. Okay, the only way they're going to learn is when they get rinsed in the next bear market. But for you and me, we're still going to make it. We're going to make it, keeping our postures straight. Remember, long-term mindset is the only way to win. It's the only way to win for majority of people. Unless, like, you know, some of these kids, fans out of mind, dumping on each other. Like LA Vape Cabal. One of the LA Vape Cabal dudes dumped 2.8 million on Aiden Ross's community. He doesn't give a crap. See? They literally don't care. And here's the thing. If you're a mercenary like that, well, guess what? You're probably going to hang around someone who's a bigger mercenary than you, okay? They will go faster down to the bottom of the barrel. They will become less empathetic. They'll be more reptilian than you could ever be, and you'll get sharked. And once again, you know, just like you saw XRP come and pop up, Coin B, Coin C, Coin D, right? Cult, neo-religion, all these other coins with strong network effects, they don't have the best tech. They don't have zero-knowledge technology. They don't have ETFs, maybe, yes, no. They don't have all these other amazing things. They just have a community, and they're going to whiz by them. Like I said, everyone learns in markets, friends. Some people learn the easy way. Some people are going to have to learn the hard way. Which one are you going to learn? Like, subscribe, press belly button and all. Don't forget he loves you. Catch you soon.